Merry Christmas, Taurus. Hope everyone's having a great Christmas so far. We are just doing our weekly readings, checking in on Christmas week, seeing what's going on for you. Please subscribe if you're not already. I do really appreciate that. It really does help. So thank you so much for all the subscribes, likes, comments, all that lovely stuff. This week we have the magical messages from the fairies oracle. I also have the jester lenormand, as well as the love angels oracle. Okay, getting into it for you, Taurus. We are looking at Christmas week. I know I'm uploading this the day after Christmas, but we're looking at, the week as a whole, anything that you need to know. Okay, Taurus. Anything Taurus needs to know in regards to Christmas week. Important messages for Christmas week for our Taurus. Hope everyone is having a great Christmas. Practice, practice, practice. With daily practice, you can polish your skills and talents and increase your confidence. Okay, so we do see that there is the need for you to practice a certain skill. For a lot of you, Taurus, I'm just sort of picking up that this is, speaking up for yourself. For a lot of you, it is what's coming through. That the more that you practice doing that, the more that you're able to actually do that when you really need to. So even just starting with the littlest things like, can you please pass me the salad? Or, whatever it is, just little things where, you're vocalizing what it is that you need, what it is that you're wanting, asking for help when you do need it, those sorts of things. But with daily practice, you can polish your skills and increase your confidence. So for some of you, it may be other. I just keep getting interpersonal skills for majority of you here. So it may actually be, actual skills sets for some of you. Like, maybe you were given an instrument for Christmas and you're trying to find the incentives there to get started on learning that. But for a lot of you, it feels like interpersonal stuff. You will have success with that eventually. Okay. Taurus. Important messages for Taurus for Christmas week, please. Taurus, what's going on for Taurus Christmas week? Can I just get a card to clarify what this is for our Taurus, please? What is this regarding for Taurus, please? What aspect of Taurus's life is this in regard to? Dealing with stress is coming through heavily, Taurus. When I've asked what aspect of life this is in regard to, we have the mice as well as the fish. Okay, so we are looking at, a loss of financials, basically, a loss of abundance, stress over financial, over money, over your wealth, those sorts of things. Most likely to do with past losses and, where you have felt like money is tight and things like that. So, kind of makes sense with Christmas week. Yeah, you're stressing a little bit about the money side of it all. We do see, though, we have the lily firstly with those cards. So it does sort of show us here that you're feeling a little bit vulnerable to start with, but, that was actually followed by the mountain. So we do see obstacles or delays, and it's kind of longer term stuff. So for a lot of you, I feel like this is looking at patterns of spending and how come every single Christmas it feels like it's a struggle to, put all the food on the table and get all the presents I need. And it just feels like it's more stress than enjoying Christmas time for you, Taurus. It's like one obstacle after another, one delay after another. heavy on your thoughts, stress once again with the clouds coming through there as well. So we do see a lot of anxiety. You kind of overthinking it a lot too, kind of feeling as though you're needing to put in a lot more money and effort than maybe you're able, and maybe stressing about needing to spend more or have every little thing be absolutely perfect for Christmas. But this is a longer term thing, and it's kind of letting us know here that this is Christmas. It comes around every single year, and it's not abnormal to be stressed about money at Christmas, to be wanting to be able to provide your loved ones with bigger and better gifts, and all that sort of stuff. It's really that time of year where a lot of people do get caught up in the financial details of Christmas. And it's quite interesting because I'm just picking up here, Taurus, that it's your giving nature. You're wanting to give more than you might even have, or wanting to just make sure everything is absolutely perfect up to your own expectations. But the interesting thing, Taurus, is that everyone's expectations are different. Just because you're not meeting your own expectations does not mean that you're not meeting the expectations of everybody around you. All right? I feel as though you're putting much harder expectations on your own self, and sort of telling yourself you have to spend, more on this person and more on that person. Love is not necessarily shown through money. I understand a lot of people do, money and gifts and all that sort of stuff is a part of that sort of stuff. It's listed as one of the love languages and all that sort of jazz. But there is other ways that we can show our love to people. And if you're not financially feeling like you can do that in a financial sense, there's plenty of other ways that you can do that. I feel like for a lot of you, it's experiences and spending time with the loved ones is more important than gifts and things like that. Because especially when we see that longer term card here, ask yourself, Taurus, can you think back and think of every single Christmas gift that you have received? Was it those things that were the most important things to you about Christmas in the years past? Or, was there other memories that have stuck in you a little bit stronger? I know for me personally that the gifts are, I'm a very giving person myself. It must be an earth sign thing, but it's never the gifts that people remember. It's the fun times, and who was there and who showed up and who drank a little bit too much, and all the family gossip, and the craziness. It's, to be honest, it's usually the imperfect moments that are the ones that are remembered the most clearly. When things kind of go wrong, it's the experience and the laughter shared and all that sort of stuff. It's not the money that someone spent that sticks in your head the most. So just a bit of a needing to ground yourself a little bit here, Taurus, outside of the money stress. Okay, that there's no need to be stressing about having the perfect centerpieces and all that sort of stuff. It's just making time for the people that you love and spending time with them and making memories. Okay, that's going to end up being the things that, the expectations that were met in that sense are the ones that are going to stick with everybody, rather than the ones you're putting the expectations you're putting on yourself here. Okay, I'm just picking up too, for a lot of Taurus, it's not even just Christmas, it's just the whole year in general. It's been a bit of a one of those years, right, where everybody is feeling the financials this year, regardless of whether you're, on the lower socioeconomic or the higher. Everyone is sort of noticing the finance stuff at the moment, because the world in general is crazy when it comes to the financial aspect of life at the moment. Across the world, everyone is sort of noticing price rises and food increases and all that sort of stuff. So it's not just you, Taurus. Everyone is stressed about money at the moment. So the more that you are allowing it to stress you, the more it's going to continue to try to stress you out here. Okay, any extra messages for Taurus in regards to Christmas season? Any extra messages for Taurus? Whoa. Leave your fears behind. They're stopping these relationships from blossoming. So it's once again, it's those expectations. All right, you're stopping these relationships within your family, your loved ones, from blossoming into their true potential, because you're so fixated on the reality, on the little details, on the money, the food, the preparations, the presents. Sometimes all we need is to just be stuck in a room with each other and see what happens. And the conversations, and the deeper things are seeming to be, leave your fears behind, stop worrying and stressing so much. Leave those things behind, because they're stopping you from blossoming into the full energy, the full joy of Christmas here, okay? And just enjoying the Christmas time. Even if all you're enjoying about Christmas is that got a couple of days off work. Some of you, obviously not everybody, there's quite a lot of people that still do have to work over Christmas. But once again, if that's what you're stressing about here too, then I've got to make money over Christmas. Then you know try to just find joy in the smallest things. Watching some family enjoying their Christmas, or the little things. Walking down the street and seeing all the Christmas lights lighting up the streets, and all those sorts of things. The joy of children. With the whole Santa thing and all that sort of stuff. There's a lot of blessings hidden in amongst all the stress, okay? We do also see the separation energy here. It does say time apart is on the horizon, but I feel as though this is you taking some time away from your stress, to be honest. That this is on the horizon for you one way or another. And if you don't find that separation for yourself, the universe has a very interesting way of enforcing that. Okay, so it's very common. One of the most common things that happens here, if you need a break and you need to stop stressing about one particular thing, the universe will give you something else to stress about. Something else will go wrong out of nowhere, unexpectedly. You might be stressing about all the money for Christmas, and then your kitchen floods. You're not stressing about money anymore, are you? You're stressing about drying out the floor and getting all this water out of your house. So the universe works in some interesting ways sometimes. So, you do need to separate yourself from all this stress. Like, I feel like for a lot of you, Taurus, it's literally taking yourself away from the stress. Okay, go and build a blanket fort. Go and hide in your bed for a couple of days. Even if you're just doing it in your mind space, separating from the stress, and giving yourself some space to just practice not stressing. Maybe that's the skill we're needing to practice, is actually separating, the materialistic stress from our spirit, our energy, our faith that everything will work out one way or another. Okay, so that's what we're seeing for you, Taurus. You're more than welcome to check out your other placements, of course. please leave me a comment. Let me know what you got up to for your Christmas period, and subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you all again soon.